Think of someone you once loved. See their face. Hear their voice. Remember a room you shared, an argument, a goodbye, a moment you thought would remain untouched forever. Now consider something disturbing. You are not necessarily accessing the original event. You are reconstructing it. Human memory is not a perfect video archive. It is an active biological process assembled from fragments. When a memory is retrieved, it can become temporarily flexible before being stored again through processes associated with reconsolidation. New emotions, later information, expectations, and repeated retellings can influence what survives. This means remembering the past can sometimes modify it. Psychological research has repeatedly demonstrated that people can confidently remember details that were never present. Suggestive questions can alter recollections. People can misidentify sources of information. Entire groups can remember events differently while each individual feels certain. Confidence and accuracy are not identical. That becomes terrifying when memory is connected to identity. You think you know who you are because you remember who you were. Your childhood, humiliations, victories, relationships, betrayals, and losses become evidence in the case you continuously build about yourself. But if memory is reconstructive, then identity is partly constructed from a living document. Imagine someone betrayed you years ago. Each time you remember the event while angry, you may emphasize certain details. Each retelling becomes cleaner, more dramatic, more morally organized. Eventually you may remember not only what happened but the meaning you repeatedly assigned to what happened. The reverse can occur too. Nostalgia can soften cruelty. Loneliness can beautify relationships that were miserable. Grief can transform ordinary moments into sacred ones. The brain is not necessarily lying deliberately. It is doing what biological memory systems evolved to do: preserve useful information, not produce perfect historical archives. Memory helps predict the future. It extracts meaning. It compresses experience. It fills gaps. And sometimes those functions sacrifice precision. This creates one of the darkest vulnerabilities in psychology. If memory can be influenced, then controlling the story surrounding an event can influence how the event is later understood. Propaganda, group narratives, repeated accusations, and social reinforcement can reshape interpretation even without literally implanting detailed false memories. But there is also a deeply personal consequence. The version of another person living inside your mind is not that person. It is a neural model reconstructed from encounters, emotions, expectations, and everything that happened afterward. The same is true of your younger self. Perhaps this is why closure can be so difficult. You are arguing with representations that can no longer answer back. You are loving ghosts generated by living tissue. The past happened. Reality existed. But your access to it is indirect. Every act of remembering is an act of reconstruction. And somewhere between what happened and what you remember, your brain quietly becomes an editor.